Hi, I'm Joel, and I'd like to welcome you to the Exploratorium of Healthcare Careers. I think you're going to have a really good day. But before we get too far in, I'd like you to take a moment, close your eyes, and picture a healthier world. Imagine what good health looks like. What did you picture? Was it a place where nobody is sick? Or maybe a place where people are enjoying themselves? Maybe a healthy forest and clean water? Or did you picture the world inside your body? The blood vessels, organs, cells, and nerve tissue? I'll bet you didn't. Why do you suppose that few of us picture the world inside our bodies when we think about our health? Maybe it's because most of us would rather keep all the gooey stuff inside, safely hidden beneath our skin, where we don't have to think about it. Today, we're going to see if you can visualize the amazing machinery going on inside of your body by looking outside at the world around us. Have you ever looked out the window of a plane or seen video footage from a drone flying high above? If so, you've gotten a shifted perspective of the landscape below. Cities and countryside, tiny cars and trucks moving along a highway, crops growing like a checkerboard on sprawling farmland, lights in a city at night, maybe even a landmark like a Capitol building or skyscraper, except much smaller than it looks when you are staring up at it from the ground. I'd like you to shift your perspective again and suggest that these things are exactly like the different parts of your body. Let's call it YOULAND. If we think of the outline of a city as skin, we can build a whole world inside by adding all the parts that are needed to make a healthy community and likewise body. We can start with a government system that sets the rules for the community in YOULAND, just like how our brains and spinal cord set the rules for our bodies. And the buildings and structures that hold a community together, well, they're kind of like a skeletal system, right? And the roads and highways connecting us to our favorite spots, well, that's basically a circulatory system. And of course, we have to have a mass transit station, the heart of any major city. A banking system regulating currency, like a respiratory system regulates oxygen. An agricultural industry and grocery stores, well, they're like the body's gastrointestinal system. A solid waste system that is like the lower GI tract. And of course, a water treatment system that is like the urinary system. Before you know it, we have put together an entire human being, a YOULAND, if you will. And if we think of our bodies as a YOULAND, it makes it a little easier to picture how our bodies work. And more importantly, what kinds of things need to happen for our bodies to be as healthy as they can be. Let's take a closer look. The government system and electrical grid, that is our brain and spinal cord, and it must be well protected. For that reason, our brain is suspended in liquid inside a very secure box, our skulls, that keep the brain from being rattled too easily. Of course, we can still rattle our marbles, like if we fall off a bike or motorcycle without a helmet. Duh. Then there's our circulatory system. That's an important one. Without roads and highways, how could we get to work or school, go shopping, and manage our budgets by visiting the bank? Can you imagine that a blood cell picking up oxygen in the lungs is just like you driving to the bank to pick up cash from an ATM? The gastrointestinal system is like a grocery store, except instead of a shopper moving through the aisles of the store, the food moves through the aisles and the shoppers take what they need as the food passes by. Kind of like home delivery. Then there's a solid waste system. You have got to have one of those. Otherwise, what would we do with all the trash we don't need? And since we are mostly made up of water, we will need a water purification system, the urinary tract, to keep water clean and flowing to all parts of YOULAND. Another part of YOULAND, and this one is not too easy to picture because it's spread throughout our entire bodies, is the law enforcement, fire department, and public health systems that protect us from creatures and dangerous things that could cause all kinds of damage if we did not have those departments to protect us. That is the job of the immune system. So now maybe you see how your body is just like this place, YOULAND. And maybe this will help you as you visit the stations today at the Healthcare Exploratorium. There are 3 important things that we want you to do today. First, we want you to think about the jobs that are out there in the real world that help to make YOULAND a healthier place. There are of course jobs like nurses and doctors and therapists that we all know help to keep us healthy. But there are also jobs like engineers who make devices to help people travel more safely and design artificial limbs for people with special needs. And nutritionists who help us to have healthier foods, even ones that taste good. Scientists who discover ways to prevent cancer and clean our water. Contractors who build cities to be better places to live and work. pharmacists who design and distribute medications, and bankers who help to fund projects that would not otherwise be possible. Second, we want you to be curious. YOULAND is one of the most interesting places in the country. Actually, the world. No, it's one of the most interesting places in the entire universe. So explore it and see if you can imagine YOULAND in new ways. In particular, ways that you might want to explore further or understand better in the future. That's where you'll really start to learn. And you know what? That kind of learning is sure to make you healthier. And finally, the third thing, we want you to have fun. So welcome to YOULAND.